software is playing a key role in the auto industry, in fact, across all facets of the industry. And on the retail side, we have with us Orbitsys Technologies Private Limited, which does a lot of software and dealer management systems, integrated dealer management systems. And talking to about this and more, we have Gurbinder Singh Dhillon, who's the CEO of Orbitsys. Gurbinder, we've spoken before, and just connecting back with you again. Clearly, I think for auto retail, the way cars are being produced, so many variants, people trying to do just-in-time production and deliveries, software playing an increasingly important role.
Yes, that's correct. So if we take up the thread from when we spoke last time, integration is the key to managing any business process. Now, the auto industry has a lot of challenges. Those are market challenges. They need to put out new products. They need to be agile. They need to deliver a certain level of service to their customers so that the buying experience, the ownership experience is seamless. That's how people remember a good product always. So in this, what has happened is that traditionally the auto industry has been using very fractured systems. What we have is something which is fully integrated end to end, right from production till the end of life, with everything in between, whether it's distribution, retail, after sales, CRM, mobile applications, customer experience programs. We do everything in one place. So that integration brings so much information to you. The end result that is aimed for is that you need to have trusted data coming to you from a bulletproof process.
Right.
That's the end result. That's what gives an OEM or a dealership the insights into the ability to create insights and
right.
then work according to what is required by a customer.
But tell me, how important is this tech from a consumer standpoint? Obviously, he doesn't see it or feel it. It's always at the back end, at the dealer level.
Yes.
But clearly, the dealer is the interface between the
yes.
OEM, the brand, and the customer.
Yes.
So, I mean...
Yeah. So, look, the idea is that when you deliver a service or an experience, you want it to be delivered seamlessly, which means minimizing the exceptions that can occur. That can happen only when you have a great system in between or a process which is connected to a system.
Right.
So a system is basically backing up a process. Good
right.
process, good system, you have then a predictability of result. But that is what was really in the past, Hormazd. What has now changed tremendously in the last few years is we see a whole new crop of customers coming up. They're the new EV guys.
That's what I wanted to talk to you about on the EV side. I mean,
Yeah.
are EV customers different from traditional ICE guys? And I mean, would the
Yes.
software be the same? I mean, why would the software need to be different from a dealer standpoint?
Yeah. So in principle, the auto industry will always work the same way, in a
Right.
sense.
Right.
If in an EV, you simply reduce the number of components.
Right.
The buying experience, the ownership experience has to be still as good as it always was.
Right.
But we see a fundamental change in the way that these new age EV companies work. They are very passionate about what they do.
Right.
I mean, it is unbelievable how people have, the amount of effort they put in to create products which are great, and they believe in those products.
Right.
The challenge that comes is that traditional OEMs have generations of experience in running these networks for dealerships,
Right.
delivering that experience to the end customer in a consistent way. New age EV companies don't seem to have thought it all through always.
The sense one gets is they're more impatient,
Yes.
want quick returns, quick results, not understanding that sometimes it's a long lead business, it needs a certain process which you can't really short circuit.
Yes. So merely creating a vehicle, however hard it may have been for you, is not
Right.
the end result. You got to deliver it. You have to deliver the experience now.
Right.
What we notice is that new age EV companies don't focus enough on creating those processes to create that seamless buying experience.
Right.
You must have seen recent reports about
Yeah.
how that mess is beginning to come out and
Right.
show up.
Right.
It's merely because perhaps the growth has outstripped the creation of good
Right.
processes and systems
Right.
and good software to back it up.
Right.
So what we have done is that, one, with the new age EV customers, we've reconfigured our system to make it work better for EV players.
Right.
Which also means connecting it to cars, connecting it to the whole experience later on, like charging stations, for instance.
Right.
So we're doing all that along
Right.
with this. But what we bring to the table for EV players is that they get something which is a pre-configured system with the experience of 20, 30 years built into it, which they're going to face down the line somewhere. And now they have something which can take them off the ground and stop them from making the mistakes which can dilute that buying experience or ownership experience for a customer.
Right. But just you're talking about the new age EV brands and companies, obviously very lean. What do you think of some of them trying to go D2C or direct to customer? I mean, would you have solutions for that, or the traditional showroom model or the traditional dealership model still seems to be the best model? People have tried direct to customer, but it's not entirely worked.
Yeah. I think both these things will continue side by side. There are all types of customers. People do like to touch and feel a vehicle.
Right.
Some people can buy online. Like I would welcome an online buy anytime.
But do you have software solutions for
Absolutely. So our software actually connects you right from an end customer. For example, booking on a website, booking through a mobile app, buying a custom vehicle through a mobile app, having this after sales experience through the mobile app is all part of our system. We are in fact going a step further now. We are ramping up our strength to bring what we call the customer persona development and for prediction of buying possibilities for customers through the system itself.
So some bit of AI.
Absolutely, yes.
Right.
So a lot of this is talked about, but specific use cases exist. For example, predicting sales, for instance, predicting a customer's buying tendency, the possibility of him picking up the vehicle. So we're working on that now.
Right.
Along with blockchain, so that to bring more trust into the whole experience of a customer owning that vehicle. So more trust.
Right.
So what we're trying to do is to ensure that not only do we have a software system, an OEM is now assured that there's a trustworthy pipeline in place right till the end point. And once the customer also is part of it, it means that everybody has a much better experience overall.
No, you talked about being able to forecast, being able to predict clearly. Do you think that really is something that can give a competitive advantage? Because it's very difficult to gauge demand, to gauge the variant mix at times. A lot of OEMs get that wrong. I mean, how could you support, let's say, that sort of being a little bit more precise and accurate in forecasting?
So forecasting is as accurate as the number of factors you can build in and the amount of data you can get. So our systems have the capacity to handle data for 20 to 30 years simultaneously. Today in the market, you have many sources of data. Vahan is there.
Right.
There are local population, occupation factors coming in. As India develops more and that information becomes available, you keep adding it to the AI model. So every time you're now a little bit more accurate.
And it learns and refines.
It learns and refines itself. For example, new dealerships opening in your vicinity.
Right.
New variants coming in, age of a variant, features, problems, occupational issues, or market shares. All these are part of that learning.
Right.
So as we go forward, the model becomes more and more secure and it predicts better.
Right.
But that is again just, I would say, a part of it. While we are there to help an OEM, let's say, reach a better prediction model, ultimately you need to make sure that the system at the back is strong enough to ensure that the service delivery process is bulletproof. On that note, I must also mention, we don't consider ourselves to be an IT company. We are a service delivery company. Today, everybody is a service delivery company actually. You might have a great product, but if your service delivery is not good, it doesn't work. And cars, we are seeing more and more, the turnaround time for new ownership is changing. We used to hold cars for 20 years. Now we hold them for 2 years, 3 years, 4 years.
IT is more an enabler of good service in that sense.
Yes, absolutely.
But it's a key enabler right now. I mean,
absolutely. Like I said, the aim is consistency.
Right.
So that you don't have to sit every day and look at new situations.
Right.
IT systems tend to let you do that. Obviously, it has to be a well-designed system, integrated, understand. We've been in the business for so long that we sleep, think, eat auto all the time. We understand the importance of customer satisfaction. So end of the day, everything is geared up towards that.
Right.
There's one more thing I'd like to mention to you is that we talked about EV companies. They're very agile, by the way, as compared to earlier OEMs.
Right.
And we also feel that we as a software company, our philosophy is to add value to business.
Right.
So we are very agile. We don't wait for things to take 3 months, 6 months later. We don't wait for that. If there is a business requirement, we are up to speed very quickly to deliver it. So that our customer can take advantage of that and ultimately improve their own business value.
But you talked about the EV companies being very agile. do you see legacy companies also having to up their game, especially at dealerships? Because, people are the most difficult things to change. You can change technology, but the way there is a mindset at dealerships, they're used to kind of operating in a certain way. But do you see with competition and a younger generation that changing and people being more tech savvy and digital savvy and want the tools to kind of give a better experience?
Absolutely, you hit the nail on the head. Change is a constant today for everybody. Gone are the times when you could wait for 10 years or 6 years to introduce something new or wait for people to change. Today, IT systems, and if they are well designed again, well produced, they tend to enable that change much faster. Today's generation of people have different expectations, and therefore agility is the key to almost anything we do now. Responsiveness, sensitivity.
Right.
Older legacy OEMs do have some bit of a problem, except those who are in the niche markets, like I would say top end guys,
Right.
They work differently.
All the luxury guys.
Yes, they work very differently, and I see them adapting very quickly, very well to all this. But the mass production, older legacy OEMs, they have a bigger challenge on their heads.
Right.
Yeah.
And is it more to do with a slight resistance to change, or they don't want to invest, a combination of everything, or just business has been ticking along the way it has for the last maybe 2 generations?
Yeah. Yes, it's all those factors actually.
Right.
Legacy means that you have baggage with you.
Correct.
When you have baggage, you will be resistant to change. You may think your formula will keep working forever,
Right.
but it doesn't. Change is the only constant now.
Right.
So therefore, that is why they have more challenges.
Right.
And again, I think it's a question of adaptation now.
Right.
The writing is on the wall. If you don't change, you're going to die out ultimately.
Right.
Our challenge exists with the new age EVMs, who are the guys who don't have any prior experience. Like I said, they have a lot of passion. They've done so much product research. They've really spent so much money into putting something out on the road.
But they don't really know the customer that well, I would imagine, because they don't have
Yes.
the customers immediately. Yeah.
Yes. And I think if you don't mind me saying so, a lot of these OEMs think that they can produce the vehicle and it will sell itself automatically via a
Right.
mobile app,
Right.
and the customer experience will start. It doesn't happen like that.
Right.
That system still remains the same, whether it's the earlier ICE engine or EV. The ownership experience has to be made very good, which means your distribution has to be very good. We worked with a large OEM. They had for some time, and it was an experiment we did for one of, I will not name them, the new age EV guys. They were working on Excel files, from taking customer orders to production coordination. How will you make a product mix? How will you know it's going to reach the right guy at the right time? They can't do that.
Right.
And then the mess spreads further, because if you aim for sales, you're going to be hit very badly with after sales after that.
Yeah.
And that you see is already
Again, because it's got to be all integrated.
all integrated. So you have to have your finger, your pulse on the pulse all the time. That's what a good system does for you.
Right. And just to understand, obviously from Orbitsys' point of view, I guess you all have to change and adapt. So clearly, software needs to be constantly updated, made more and more flexible to suit new kind of scenarios and businesses. So just want to understand from the software side, I mean, is there a fix for everything, or things constantly have to be tailored and developed?
So if you look at the platform which has developed over 15-20 years, you would think maybe it's plug and play.
Yeah.
It doesn't work like that. Everywhere you go, people have different perceptions, and they scale up their learning in a different way. All companies don't scale up learning in the same way. You could have company X, new age EV OEM.
So we have to tailor the software accordingly?
Absolutely. That's what we are very good at.
Right.
We make sure that we do it in a way that they feel comfortable with that growth.
Right.
Otherwise, if you show somebody 20 years of experience built into one screen,
Right.
they don't understand it.
Right.
And they're also evolving. The people are new. They're going to the next stage. So the software also has to evolve.
But could you do this if you got a lot of scale? I'm trying to understand, because obviously you would also be limited by, I'm saying from a resource point of view, if the client base was huge, because tailoring software for each one, I guess would be a lot of investment and resource.
I'll put that in perspective. 95 to 98%, I would say, of our platform is suitable to anybody. You can do,
Right.
let's say, a half an hour kickstart like this.
Right.
Press the button, it's gone, it's going. But there are small customization issues here and there. we don't see them being major.
Right.
We handle them very quickly, very easily. The idea again ultimately is not to make a software or a platform that is different for each OEM.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're limiting yourself again in the value you can deliver.
Understood.
We are very clear. We will have a scalable platform. What you would call a single sign-on. So if a new age EV or new OEM wants to come in or go to a new market, for instance, we are multi-market compatible, by the way.
Right.
We are multi-market, multi-brand in a single platform.
Right.
You would only have to sign up and say, here I am, I'd like to go.
Right.
So that learning, 98% of it is built in already.
Right.
What's left is only the top level changes which people ask for when they come in.
Right.
And now again, because of experience, much, if you allow me to, let's say, compare it to what a vehicle manufacturer would do. You have a platform. The platform is good. Now on that platform you can have variants. That's exactly what we do.
Got it. And how many dealerships, I mean, obviously the OEMs, how many are using your platform right
so
now?
Today we over the years we've done about 2,000 dealerships across the subcontinent.
Right.
Today we have new age EV OEMs, we have 5 of them with us.
Right.
We have 2 ICE OEMs with us. And we've now spread to Sri Lanka and Nepal also. And Bangladesh is next.
Right.
We also have a business office in Canada.
Right.
And there the market development is happening separately. And soon we'll be across these places. We aim to have around 5,000 dealerships with us by the end of next year.
And that's all over, in all these markets included?
In all these markets, but primarily it will be the Indian subcontinent because here the growth is tremendous, and Southeast Asia is where we're going to focus initially.
Right. Yeah. So in terms of expansion, this is the roadmap for the next, over what period would you do this?
So we look worldwide, almost the DMS market alone is about $7 billion.
Right.
And it's going to reach about 15 billion by 2032.
Wow.
Yeah. So just because there are new cars coming, it doesn't mean DMS is going away. It's going to be still, everybody wants a good system. So we are hoping to catch a respectable percentage of that.
Right.
And this year and next year is the start for the first 5,000 dealerships.
Right.
Ultimately, we are aiming at 1 million users worldwide.
Right.
Within the next 2 to 3 years.
Fantastic. And Gurbinder, the last question is, just looking at the future, what do you think the future is? And is it more to be app-based? Obviously, AI is quite big. What is the future of the good old DMS system for dealers and auto retail?
So DMS systems that don't step out in front and enable sales. 1. 2. Enable a seamless customer buying and ownership experience will fail.
Right.
Gone are the days when you could say I have a system working in the back office and doing this. That doesn't work anymore. So you got to be out there right in the front from the time a customer expresses interest or thinks of a vehicle, down to the point where he says yes and buys it and then owns it and sells it.
So it's all the way from generating the lead gen, right down to the service as well.
Correct.
So it's a full through the life cycle of the product the vehicle.
So we have a roadmap.
Life cycle, even from intent to buy.
Yes. So we have a roadmap that will gradually spreading further and further out in front, and the base system platform is very solid to take up that workload.
Well, Gurbinder, I think very exciting plans for Orbitsys. Good to see that there's strong ambition to take it even beyond India, though India is the main market, and I think clearly as long as people are buying cars, I think there'll be that touch and feel, and they will want fantastic service and more important after sales service as well, where I think now technology is going to be playing a bigger and bigger role.
Yes. Yeah. I'd like to say one last thing, that like nothing is possible without people.
Right.
So that will always be there.
Right.
We are lucky and we've groomed actually always a great team to keep our ethics in place, to make sure that the customer gets the best value.
Right.
We have a great set of guys here. They are very energetic, and we will make sure that in the future we make sure these ethics live to add value to our customers' business always.
Yeah, it's not just technology that makes the platform, it's the people.
It's the people.
Right.
Yes.
Great, Gurbinder. Wish you all the best.
Thank you.
Thanks very much.